Hi, welcome to Finivize. The past few days have been one of the most terrifying for crypto investors. The liquidity problem, bank runs, several startups' concerns about their cash being stuck in the bank, and crypto whales experiencing massive losses due to USDC depeg. In the blink of an eye, everything seemed to be out of control. Within 48 hours, USDC, the second most popular stablecoin and the fifth most popular cryptocurrency, lost its peg. Though technically, it was still operational, but major crypto exchanges like Coinbase, Binance, and Robinhood all suspended US dollar USDC conversions for the meantime till things got resolved. This video is not to spread fear or aggravate the existing panic. We're just gonna go through the facts and hope that things get better. History will always repeat itself. This has happened before, so learning from past failures can help navigate what lies ahead. So take a deep breath, grab your favorite drink, and let's dive into it. USDC depegs. What is happening in the cryptocurrency world? We've seen a depeg in USDC against the US dollar. For those unfamiliar with the term, a USDC is essentially a stablecoin pegged to a relatively stable currency, such as the US dollar. The concept helps crypto traders to have a stable currency that is not volatile as Bitcoin. Each stablecoin is theoretically equal to $1. One of the main use of USDC is as a store of value. You can hold USDC as a digital version of the US dollar without the need for a bank account or physical cash. You can also use it for cross-border payments, transferring it anywhere in the world quickly and cheaply via blockchains like Ethereum. Here is how USDC becomes a physical or tangible asset. When a crypto investor buys the USDC, the dollar paid in exchange is stored in an account. Circle, the company that supplies the USDC, stores 10% of their deposit in the big trusted bank, Silicon Valley. Unfortunately, SVB is crumbling. Normally, before a bank shuts down, it ensures to pay all its depositors. Unfortunately, Circle has over $3 billion deposited in SVB and cannot withdraw the funds. Why? Because SVB does not have the money. As a result, a lot of crypto traders who had USDC panicked and decided to sell their USDC for another stable currency or Bitcoin. That selling pressure has changed the price, making a once stable coin no longer stable. How we wish the tragedy ends there. Unfortunately, that's not all. Circle didn't just hold their money with Silicon Valley banks, but with Signature Bank and Silvergate Bank, which recently collapsed and shut down its activities. And if there are other banks caught up in this contagion, that will be so egregious for crypto investors, as people are rapidly losing confidence in the banking sectors and in USDC, as well as any other stable currency, which leaves us with the question, what do we do now? This is a scary moment for all crypto traders. Imagine you holding USDC thinking your assets are secured in dollars, only to wake up one morning with the news of a collapsing banking system. This has once happened in history to another stable currency by the name of UST. It collapsed to zero, so if things don't get better soon, the ripple effects would be disastrous. The implications will cut across the entire economy, businesses, banking, entrepreneurs, investors, etc. This is a national security issue. This is a lot bigger than what a single firm can handle. On March 9, Circle initiated a wire transfer to remove its funds from SVB as the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation insured bank was about to close operations. However, 2 days later, on March 11th, Circle confirmed that the wire transfers were not fully processed, with $3.3 billion of USDC reserves still with SVB. Data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView show that USDC prices fell immediately after the revelation, as you can see in this chart. Almost immediately after USD Coin issuer Circle revealed it cannot withdraw $3.3 billion of its $40 billion reserves from Silicon Valley Bank, the resultant sell-off caused the price of the stablecoin to fall below its $1 peg. USDC had lost over 8% of its value as it traded at 92 cents. Prior to this event, the Bitcoin price has already suffered a major crash in the course of the week. The Bitcoin price dropped by 10% due to the failure of the crypto-friendly bank Silvergate, wiping out over $100 billion from the combined crypto market, with the price of the top 10 cryptocurrencies drastically dropping in value. Now, the ongoing crisis at Silicon Valley Bank, SVB, is threatening to ruin the second largest stablecoin by market capitalization. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other major cryptocurrencies are all in for extreme volatility after this. What a fantastic way to end a chaotic week for crypto. Ever since, Bitcoin transaction fees spiked as traders frantically tried to secure their crypto. Circle is doing everything possible to protect USDC from a black swan failure. Dante Disparte, Circle's chief strategy officer even tweeted about it. Silicon Valley Bank is a major bank in the United States economy, and its failure without a federal rescue plan will have a widespread consequences for business, banking, and entrepreneurs. On the other hand, SVB was taken over by regulators and shut down on Friday after depositors withdrew approximately $40 billion from the bank out of panic and efforts to raise new capital failed. The bank's woes are thought to have begun last year when the US Federal Reserve kept increasing interest rates, causing a massive loss in the value of its mortgage bonds and US Treasuries. With the fall of SVB and California-based Silvergate Bank, its closure means that 3 of the main US banks used by crypto businesses have failed this year. That was the situation of things all through the weekend. Even amidst the widespread panic, many crypto investors seem to be calm and optimistic. And right now, there is good news. While recording this video, we got the news and saw the headlines about the US government intervention. The United States administration intervened on Sunday with a series of emergency measures to reinstate confidence in the banking industry, as the demise of Silicon Valley Bank threatened to spark a greater societal disaster. The US regulators announced that customers of the collapsed bank would have access to all of their deposits starting this Monday, and facilities have been put in place to provide institutions with emergency capital. The Fed facility will offer loans of up to 1 year to banks, saving associations, credit unions, and other institutions, and access to it in times of emergency has been made easier. Here is the good news for the USDC provider, Circle, and all crypto investors. Definitely, even if the failed banks can't pay up now, Circle has access to a fast loan to rescue the ruins of its coin. Authorities also proceeded to rapidly shut down New York Signature Bank, which had recently come under pressure. The shares of the bank were likewise halted for trading. The officials said depositors of the bank would also be made whole at no loss to the taxpayer. US President Joe Biden also stated that the Treasury Secretary and the National Economic Council Director are working diligently with banking regulators to solve the problems at the 2 banks. In his statement, the president assured the American people and American businesses to have confidence that their bank deposits would be there when they needed them. I am firmly committed to holding those responsible for this mess fully accountable, and to continuing our efforts to strengthen oversight and regulation of larger banks, so that we do not find ourselves in this situation again, he added. As the authorities' announcement came just after US futures resumed trading in Asia, a wave of relief rushed through Silicon Valley and global markets. Investors sent US S&P 500 stock futures up 1.2%, while Nasdaq futures rose 1.3%. Major cryptocurrencies stabilized on Monday after US authorities announced plans to limit the damage from the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank, SVB, and the issuer of the USD Coin stablecoin stated that it was still exchangeable for dollars. On-chain data further reveals that Circle redeemed $1.4 billion USDC in 8 hours. Other crypto companies, including Coinbase and Jump Trading, redeemed approximately $850 million and $138 million USDC, respectively. In US pre-market trading, crypto miners Riot Blockchain, Riot.io, and Marathon Digital, Mara.io, crypto exchange Coinbase Global, Coin.io, and software developer MicroStrategy Inc., MSTR.io, also rebounded from last week's lows to gain between 6.5% and 10%. In summary, the actions taken on Sunday would protect depositors while providing additional support to the entire banking system. But officials and regulators continue to monitor the health and stability of the financial system. We all need to note this: the firms are not being bailed out. The depositors are being protected. Notwithstanding the US initiatives, analysts warned investors to trend with caution. Alvin Tan, head of FX strategy, said at RBC Capital Markets in Singapore, "Markets remain unsettled from the SVB failure. The situation is evolving, so volatility is expected to stay high in the next few days. We believe the Fed, Treasury, and FDIC's actions will help break the psychological doom panic across the crypto industry. Even at that, investors should watch out for more loopholes and consider diversifying their portfolios." Enjoyed the video? Now watch this one.